All right, I'm in the house, y'all. What's popping? What's popping out there? It's the God. I'm black. I'm black. Let me get on over here. See? See? I'm in the house, y'all. See, I call niggas up. You up? Wake on up out your sleep, nigga. Come on up out your sleep. Come on up out your sleep. Time to talk. Where you at? Come on in. You say you stay woke? That's what's up. Come on in. Wake y'all ass up. Knowing good and goddamn well y'all got to get them extra hours so y'all can get up and work for that white man. Go get them few extra hours sleep. I apologize. I really thought you was for Black Pop. Excuse me. Excuse me. Uh-oh. All right. I see King Oz in the house. One of my moderators. He know what to do. He know what to do. Caught you off guard. I know. That's how revolution is. It catch motherfuckers off guard. Too late. Can't get you. You got your house slippers on. YP, what's popping? Yeah, we caught these niggas. These niggas had their house shoes on. They ain't had them Timberlands. I keep trying to tell you niggas. I'm tired of catching you niggas with your slippers on. You feel me? You got to have them motherfuckers tied up at all times. I ain't talking about no other. I ain't talking about no other goddamn people tonight. We gonna get to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Every institution and every religion, you ain't gotta worry about it, nigga. We pulling up on you, motherfucker. Straight up. We pulling up on you, motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck with the chat first. I've been off for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know I'm headed to Inglewood, California. Coming up soon, June 23rd. Saturday, June 23rd, the general will be in Inglewood. And baby, I'm tuning up for that fight. I'm tuning up for that fight. And the very next day, we supposed to be doing the fraternity thing. But I got to talk with Pharaoh because he brought it up. That is the very next day. And I want to be able to get all of me. And I'm going to see, whether I need to push that back. That's right. Ain't no real, how the fuck you going to be a soldier in flip-flops? Come on, man. Do me a favor. Miss me with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be no goddamn soldier and no motherfucker. First thing a nigga do, step on your motherfucking feet. Crush them motherfuckers. What's poppin'? So Inglewood, most definitely Cali. You know what I'm saying? LA. Most definitely. Don't think that I'm not geared up for this. I'm coming in this motherfucker, doing the very best that any man who ever walked the planet can do at this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm very strong in my science and my teaching. I'm extraordinary if you want me to really be truthful about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Oakland, yeah, I'm coming to Oakland. I'm fucking extraordinary right now at this time. So when I pull up in Inglewood, you best believe, nigga, I'm coming to show off for the family. I'm not coming in there and you think I'm gonna just no sir. It won't be none of that. Won't be no motherfucking time off for the general. When I step up in Inglewood, I'm at my best. I'm sharp, nigga, you know? I'm razor motherfucking sharp. I got a lot of information, and y'all gonna see the development that, we pushing over here at the BPC. You see what I'm saying? We got an agenda over in this motherfucker. And one of the first agendas is to keep, hey, what up, YP? Hey, we got to keep civilization on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Hey there. What's going on? Come on in. It's going to be a few of my family creep on in. What up, though? What up, Paul? What's good with everybody? Yeah, I'm going to record the event. The event, they ain't got internet accessibility, but I'm gonna put an end to that shit too. You know what I'm saying? It's a very powerful lecture. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the most powerful lectures that I could give. Especially when you're dealing with the Kushites. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out the chat and I'm gonna get to the lessons. You see what I'm saying? Uh this Kushite lecture is most powerful because it really show where ancient Egypt come from. We can't be mistaken about this shit. This old. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to basics. And when we get back to the basics, or what the master teachers then put down, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be fumbling over a lot of shit that we fumbling over today. We fumbling over too much shit. We should be past this shit. You know what I'm saying? We going backwards. We didn't have great scholars that done made great strides in the field of archaeology, research, history, science. These is great, great men and women, of African descent that didn't make, these ain't just no Rudy Poops. Nigga, these are scholars for real. And so when you got these many scholars that then put this information down, we talking about the African centered worldview. You know what I'm saying? Those who believe humanity started in Africa and that Africa is the home of all civilization, all science, all mathematics, all religion. See what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? This is where we at today. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at today. Where we trying to get our peoples back to the basics of understanding, it's right in front of your eyes. Once you understand the agriculture, the architecture gonna come to life. You see what I'm, but it's up south. You know what I'm saying? It's up south. And when you start to become one with the environment and you understand, all that it is to know about Africa, from the mountains to the rivers, to the lakes. You understand many of the deities was rivers. Many of the monuments was representations of the mountains. You see what I'm saying? And so Nubia or Kush is the first real civilization to come upon this planet. You see what I'm saying? They have all documentation to show the regalia of ancient Egypt already in Nubia. Okay, so this is not a mystery. We shouldn't be going over, even when they was dealing with a lot of the tombs. You see what I'm saying? That was further up south in all those pre-dynastic cultures. The barbarian, it's a couple of other pre-dynastic uh, Egypt, pre-dynastic Nile Valley cultures. that happened before and these wasn't no Rudy Poop graves. When they went, that's how they knew they was royalty, because these was nice sized graves, and these Nubian kings had all type of, you know, precious jewelry, furniture, vases. They had a lot of things that went on to become a part of ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And so they had, all these things of royalty. And so this was before Egypt even started. You see what I'm saying? This was before Egypt even started. So, when you get in Sudan, and I'm not teaching from the map today. You see what I'm saying? I should be, but I'm not going to teach from the map today. You know what I'm saying? Because I could get, the information across just the way that we doing it. But you know what I'm saying? When you get in Sudan, you see what I'm saying? And what you start to see is a lot of large graves, even though you don't really see them. So when you start talking about Ethiopia, when you hear the ancients talk about Ethiopia, they talking about Sudan, okay, and that's where that early pre-dynastic, what was later to become Egypt, that's where it originally started getting its establishment. You see what I'm saying? Long before Egypt. We talking thousands of years. You see what I'm saying? They were already advanced. That's why they couldn't even deny the fact that this is what is stimulated the foundation of Egypt. But if you don't know Nubia, you can't know Egypt. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because Nubia is the mother. All the deities came from Nubia. Yeah, it was some northern deities, but most of the major deities of ancient Egypt was the southern deity. Even the southern crown was the crown of choice. You see what I'm saying? It was the crown of Upper Egypt. You see what I'm saying? That Osiris wore. You see what I'm saying? It was the crown of Upper Egypt. So the kings of Upper Egypt were like, they were considered to be of closer to the bloodline. You see what I'm saying? If you got a southern source, you got a greater goddamn claim to the bloodline. You see what I'm saying? Because you come from the south. You see, so many of the deities, the zoo types, when you're looking at the animals that many of the Egyptians deified, you don't find these animals in Egypt per se. These animals is way up south. You see many of the different plants. It's on that now, but when you talking about harvesting those plants for real, it's up the river in them swamps, this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? So when you begin to study the land, then the architecture gonna come to life, because all it is the art. Is all it is the environment of Africa in stone. Them pyramids ain't nothing but them mountains, them damn volcanoes up south. Because in Ethiopia and Uganda, that's up. That's where the mountains is. Where Egypt is at, that's the lowlands. If you understand all that tectonic plate from Arabia pulling away from Africa. It's a lot of trauma in, because, it's valleys, because it pulled. You see what I'm saying? Down in Ethiopia, where you got the Great Rift Valley, that land, was pulling. You see what I'm saying? And it's in all that pulling, you got all of them valleys down in there. But at the same time, Ethiopia is like the top of Africa. You see, it's some other mountains, volcanoes outside of Ethiopia. But when you looking at a mountain range, Ethiopia got to be the highlands of Africa. And what's critical about that is these lakes. You know what I'm saying? You got these freshwater lakes in Africa, in Central East Africa, criminally renamed Lake Victoria. You see what I'm saying? But if you go to a map, that's what it's going to say. It's going to say Lake Victoria. These lakes are actually in the mountain. Okay, these lakes ain't on low land. These lakes is actually in the mountains, flowing down out of the mountain, down into the lowlands, which is Egypt, Sudan, part of Sudan. Those are the lowlands. You see what I'm saying? And so, a lot of the migrate, what you see right now with Hawaii, you got them volcanoes. You shit, them motherfuckers start going off, your ass got to migrate down the river. You see what I'm saying? You got to get the hell away from a lot of them volcanoes. So a lot of people started to migrate. But that's where you get the lake of fire from. All of that come from the volcano. You see what I'm saying? All of that come from the early veneration of volcanoes. And most people in the ancient world had a deity that, represented volcanoes. The Greeks and the Romans had, what was his name? Vulcan. Hephaestus. Hephaestus and Vulcan. You see what I'm saying? Were the Greek and Roman gods of volcanoes. And so that's what you're seeing. So when you start to study the geography, the geology, and the topography of Egypt, it's going to help you to understand, you feel me, the origins of where the river come from. You know what I'm saying? I have to keep going over that. And that this is the greatest civilization to have ever been created on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? I got some things, that I had put down, that I had, wrote down for myself. You know what I'm saying? Some facts about Egypt and Kush. Okay, and when I speak of Kush, I also speak of Egypt and vice versa. Because an Egyptian can be a Kushite, and a Kushite, an Egyptian could be a Kushite. It depends on, and vice versa, and a Kushite could be an Egyptian. It just depends on geographical location. You catch a nigga and he don't say nothing. It could be you could be a light-skinned nigga from America, and the motherfuckers will say, well, he from the islands. He ain't never been in the islands. You understand what I'm saying? But certain people, and so if you don't hear them, you will think they look like something else. You see what I'm saying? So, a Nubian, if he's an Egyptian. If he's in Egypt, you would think he was an Egyptian if he spoke Egyptian. If he spoke Nubian, you would probably think he was Nubian. But if he spoke Egyptian, you would probably assume that he was Egyptian. So it's really no racial difference between the Egyptians and the Nubians. And that's critical. They had the same language. They had the same language. They had the same Medunat. They had many of the same deities. So Egypt didn't share no relationship like that with any other nation other than Nubia, period. They built pyramids, they built the temples the same way as the ancient Egyptians venerated many of the same deities, especially Amen. Especially Amen, the goddess Mut, which was southern deities. Okay? And so when we're talking about Egypt, it's the longest lasting civilization on historical record. It lasted for on the white man records. Okay? I never let another man count my pockets. If you let another man count your pockets, you're gonna always come up short. That's just bottom line. Oh, nigga, you only had $20. Bitch, I've had 100. No fuck you gonna tell me I got 20. So you don't never let no nigga count your pocket. Always gonna come up short. So they done squoze all this knowledge in 3,000 fucking years. You see what I'm saying? They don't show you the development up the river that got to that point. See? They don't show you all of that development. But anyway, even on the white man's historical platform, Egypt is the longest lasting civilization. Lasted longer than Greece, Rome, Persia combined. Okay? Okay? And that's for all you fraternity niggas out there that coming from some Greek shit. We on y'all head, nigga. Y'all didn't hold the records. Y'all didn't have no records. And y'all didn't hold the belt. Nigga, we hold the belt for 3,000 years, nigga. Undefeated. You see what I'm saying? So why would we follow anybody else when the ancient Egyptians had the longest run of government on, they did it the best? Why don't you study the best? Why you studying these other motherfuckers that only lasted 200-300 motherfucking years? That don't make no sense. Somehow that seems stupid to me. I don't know if I don't know. But somehow that shit seems stupid. When that one fact, you can easily go do the research and find that out, that Egypt. So why would the fuck you follow a Greek? Why would you follow a Roman? Why would you pretend that these motherfuckers was better than the Egyptians? And you can easily prove that's a lie. That's a lie. George G.M. James, stolen legacy. Got to bring that up. Got to bring that for all you fraternity niggas. You know, George G.M. James went in y'all niggas' mouth. You see what I'm saying? If y'all ain't got that book, y'all need to get that book. Stolen Legacy, George G.M. James. And study that book. Nigga, that shit breaking up all type of menticide in your shit. Get you together. Get that George G.M. James. Okay, so we just deal with the fact that it's the longest lasting history, had the most monuments of megalithic proportions from the ancient world. Okay, now there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that be talking that weak shit, talking about they got a monument that's bigger than the pyramid. I hear motherfuckers down in South America say they got a pyramid down there that's bigger than the pyramid in Egypt. You know the question I ask them? Where the fuck is that? You see what I'm saying? And you go there and just, it's a mud mound about down, ain't but 2 stories high. But they said if it was still standing and it came to the point where it's supposed to, to the top, it would have been bigger than the pyramid of Giza. Well, let me tell y'all something. When we come to Egypt, we're not talking about no was. Okay? That's what I want to be clear about. When we come to Egypt, we're not talking about was. We're talking about is. You see what I'm saying? Oh, it was there. No. That ain't what we talking about over here. This is a total different ball game. See, Egypt don't have to depend on mythology because they have so much that existed from the ancient world. You ain't got to lie, bitch. Here it is. You see what I'm saying? Other people have to exist on the book because when you go to any of them goddamn lands, they don't have the type of records. They did not have the type of technology as the Africans. So you don't find nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to, and I got this new lecture that I got coming real soon. Egypt versus India. I got to drop that because a lot of people think, and I ain't about to let niggas mix and match. I know about the Naga Kushites. Now, if y'all out there and y'all intertwining and connecting with your Naga, because that's us, I understand what you're doing. But if you're over there with them straight ahead Hindu motherfuckers who are nothing but the oppressors of the true original Naga Kushites of them land, if that's what you on, nigga, you no different than a Christian, nigga. Straight up. You just an Asiatic Christian, Hindu nigga. That's all you is. Okay? All of y'all stole and perverted and distorted what you could from the original peoples. Okay? You can't accept it and say, oh, nigga, that shit perverted. The fuck you gon' that's just like a nigga drop. You drop your ice cream on the ground and the motherfucker pick it up. Nigga, I don't and wipe and start brushing the motherfucking. No, nigga, I want a new one, nigga. I ain't about to be brushing no goddamn, no crumbs out my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, we standing on facts today. Okay? We standing on facts today of what Egypt is over all civilizations on the earth. And so if you building a blueprint and you talking about you coming with science, then if you're not using Egypt as your platform, I can't believe you are an advanced thinker. Okay? I cannot believe you, and I cannot believe you have any command over geography, history. You don't have no command over that. Okay? We didn't have enough greats where we should have a command over them basics. That man come up out the Nile Valley. All this shit about some fucking Atlantis, some niggas. When you look at and I'm going down my list. Okay, the most monuments of megalithic proportions. Okay, y'all niggas want to talk about the pyramids, but y'all niggas only talk about the 3 great pyramids down at Giza. Okay, every now and then you might show the step pyramid of Saqqara, built by Imhotep for the king of Pharaoh Zoser in the 3rd dynasty. You see what I'm saying? You might show that. The pyramids of Giza were built in the 4th dynasty. Okay? And so you show just those 3 and maybe the 4th one, but you don't show the whole of the 430 pyramids between Egypt and Sudan. See, that's what make it really one nation. You see what I'm saying? So when you get down to Giza, you're not guessing what those pyramids are. You're not making up nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because you got 430 pyramids down south. You know what they built for. You can go in every last one of them, and they are all the same in culture. How they built, how the bodies is laid in them. They tombs. Okay? They tombs. And you can see how Khufu developed. You can see it came from Imhotep had a sarcophagus in it. They were only immolating. So if the rest of them had sarcophaguses in them, and that they had, some were found with bodies, some didn't have bodies in them, because the tomb had been ravished over a long period of time. They've been going in and out of Egypt over thousands of years. Okay, so just because you ain't gonna find the treasures, you ain't gonna find the bodies. A lot of these freaky ass white people and Asians be using African bones and damn mummies and shit for all type of sick ass rituals. So you don't know what, just because, you know what I'm saying? So, we have to look at the facts, is that this pyramid culture was dominant in Africa. And that's the only place until you come around 1200 BC and the pyramid age in South America, Mexico, started to take off. But you talking about them, you talking about 1200 BC. You see what I'm saying? You talking about 12. That's, I think the Egyptians stopped building pyramids around uh cause that's you talking about 12, so that's about two, you know what I'm saying, 17. So I'm gonna say about 1500 to about 1200 BC. No, it was before Abraham. So it was like 1800 BC was the last time that ancient Egypt built any megalithic pyramids. You see what I'm saying? They went into carving the tombs off into the sides of the mountains, like the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens. They stopped building pyramids. Okay, so the Nubians started the pyramid age back up. I'm sorry, it wasn't it was the Nubian. Okay, so right around the 25th dynasty is when they started to construct all of their pyramids. And when it came down to it, they had more pyramids than even Egypt itself. You see, out of them 430 of those pyramids, you see what I'm saying? 200 and some odd pyramids, maybe close to 300. But matter of fact, it's probably over 300 of them pyramids belong to Nubia. And so you see where the pyramids is coming from. You see what I'm saying? And so you got you got one religion between Egypt and Sudan. You don't have no relationship like that with no other civilization. You don't see no pyramids being built no other place like that other than Egypt and Sudan. And you have to consider that one race, one culture, one nation. They coming down the river. That's where they coming from. There's no Asiatics. There's no white people. This is the first time that, we coming down the river. And people don't even look at that shit. And even though the white man talking through the side of his neck, even when you see the little migration shit, you pull up say human migration, and they gonna show where humanity started in Africa, and then it's gonna show how they show a line where he go down to Egypt, go through the Sinai Peninsula, go into Arabia, go into Europe, go into India, and over into Australia, and they give you these dates. But when you look over at the European date, West Europe, they got at 20,000 where man showed up. And then you got East Europe where man showed up around 40,000, 40,000 years up. You see what I'm saying? So if you come from the area and I look at Africa and it say 200,000, how the fuck is you telling me the story? It don't take no motherfucking college degree. It don't take no Einstein. If you look at that map and you see Western Europe, say 20,000, that's when man supposed to have migrated to that part of the planet. And then you see West Europe, which is right up under Arabia, okay? It's at 40,000. So if Africa say 200,000, see, people cannot conceive that at one time there was nothing else but what was in Africa. Okay, what nobody else had, no records, nowhere else on the planet. Okay, but we were thriving in Africa. So even if you go with the evolution theory, what people got to understand is until we get down the river, there is no one down the river. Okay? They talking about an evolution. So we got to get down the river before they even come on, get a page. You ain't even got a page in the book, bitch, until you come on the scene. You see what I'm saying? So if they got Africa at 200,000, you got to understand there was a world that existed that was totally African. That's key. Based on the numbers of the white boy. If Africa is at 200,000 and the closest thing to it in Asia, they try to give 100,000 years. We know the numbers is crunched up, but even 100,000 years is a long motherfucking time where I can show that I'm the only motherfucker on the scene. Okay? So any which way, even though it's crazy longer than that. Okay, so if I'm on the scene, say for instance, they at 20,000 and the Western Europeans is at 40,000. If I'm discussing something that's 50,000 years old, what the fuck is you talking to me for? You ain't even here yet, motherfucker. You ain't even here. We ain't even came down the river for any mutations to take place or nothing. We still in Africa. Okay, even though I don't believe in any of that. Anytime y'all lie, y'all get caught up. Every fucking time y'all fucking lie, y'all get caught up. Now, look, they got a new migration. You see what I'm saying? Origin that they trying to push out there right now. Okay? They trying to say that even though man started around them Great Lakes, he came down the river a little bit, and then he went east towards Arabia. I've seen the shit. They trying to say the first doorway that Africans left was not through Egypt, down there in the Sinai Peninsula. They tried to say that the first gateway that the Africans took was across the Red Sea into Arabia. And I say, aha, I see what you hoes trying to do. See, they trying to give a more ancient origin to Sumeria. See, and trying to make it seem as however you want to do it. I seen that. And I already started throwing daggers in their ass because they had the date that they went into Arabia about 100,000 years or something ago. Well, if they went across that Red Sea, that would have proved that at least 100,000 years ago, Africans had ocean seafaring ships, because you ain't going across that goddamn Red Sea in a motherfucking canoe. Okay? I tell you that. So if they did, because it's easier for them to go to Egypt because they could walk right across. You see what I'm saying? You could walk right across from Egypt into Israel. Ain't nothing stopping you from walking in there. So, nigga, that's one landmass. And as you can see with the shit, it broke away. So it's still a part of Africa, regardless. But now they trying to push that because they trying to bypass Egypt. It proves to me that the fight was heavy on that front line. And they fucking gave up trying to go through the front door. Now they're going to try to go through the back door. And I got something for that. Because no matter whatever date, I'm going to go back and see what date that they say that they crossed over into Arabia. Because whatever date that is, that will prove that the Africans had ocean-faring, sea-faring ships at 50, 60, 70,000 years ago, which I had already. So if y'all want to go that route, and they had to go across there at one point in time, but they did not go across the Red Sea before they mastered the Nile River. That's a goddamn lie. You know what I'm saying? No matter what nobody say, the greatest of all Kushite technology was displayed down in Egypt. Okay? Was displayed down in Egypt. Okay? And so we're talking about the BC era. When I said the most monuments of megalithic proportion from the ancient world, let me be clear. The most monuments still standing from the BC period. This is ridiculous, man, because you cannot find one temple from the Israelites. Now the Greeks got a few temples, but they so late in the game, 400 AD. You see what I'm saying? You niggas don't compete. You see what I'm saying? So when we talking about structure that are dated from the BC period, we talking about the most temples, because I know I hear a lot of people out here talking about India. I'm gonna put it side by side, and y'all tell me who the best is, who the mother called. It ain't even no goddamn competition. And so it's a lot of woofing on the internet where India want to prove that it's more ancient than Egypt. That's a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn lie. And you can prove it with the architecture. You see what I'm saying? If you start studying the Indian culture and you look at their goddamn temples, the earliest of their temples you gonna get is right around, most of them in the AD period. Period. I'm just gonna be up front. They do got some that's right there near the BC era, but them ain't no megalithic temple. You see what I'm saying? So when India tried to floss, but I'm not talking about that ancient Naga culture when I speak about this, because that ain't what they discuss. You see what I'm saying? It's a world that was over there before any of them damn foreigners showed up in Africa and in Asia. You see what I'm saying? But they have this, this romance about the Indian civilization being the most ancient civilization on the planet. And a lot of people fall for that bullshit. Nigga, it ain't even close, nigga. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all must don't understand the prowess of ancient Egypt. I have to spank you niggas. You see what I'm saying? When I'm talking about the 430 pyramids between Egypt and all of them is in the BC era. These motherfuckers trying to find one or two temples that's really right there at 0 BC. You see what I'm saying? And these temples go back 3,000-4,000 years ago. So how the fuck is India anywhere close to being old as Egypt? That don't make no goddamn sense, man. You see, y'all keep getting caught up in these mystical, magical motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I go to the straight evidence. And when I say 430 pyramid, I ain't saying shit about the temples and the tombs. I'm just talking about 430 and whether it then fell down or whatever. The chamber up under the pyramid is still priceless. So whether the structure fell down, and it's still priceless because you got all type of drawings and writings up under the pyramid that's still intact. You see what I'm saying? So That, you know what I'm saying? And that's just one aspect. So when I do my thing, the 25 uh greatest monuments of ancient Egypt, I have to cap the pyramid at the top 6. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just cap it. You know, get a top 6 pyramid, and I cap to give other monuments, you know, credit, you know. But if I would to just, say the 25 greatest monuments, the top 10 could easily be pyramids. You see what I'm saying? But you got temples too, all in the BC era. Okay, all in the BC era. You got Lalibela in Ethiopia. Now that's in the 16th century AD, but that's still megalithic. You see what I'm saying? You still dealing with stone. You see what I'm saying? That's megalithic. You got Aksum in Ethiopia, and they carved some of the largest granite structures ever in the ancient. Them obelisks is 700 5 to 700 tons. Okay. That one obelisk, that one stela that fell down was the largest monument carved, of one solid granite. That was over 700 tons. You see what I'm saying? That one megalith. So, see, people don't look at that and see Aksum actually surpassed Egypt and Nubia in certain respects, not in everything, but it showed that they had that ancient science of cutting that granite. You see what I'm saying? That's facts. That's facts. Not everybody could cut that granite. Now you got blocks here, you got Machu Picchu and all that, but that shit on one level. And that shit ain't no 40 fucking stories and shit. So I don't let them, yeah, we see that they megalithic stones, but don't act like there's no goddamn pyramid, my nigga. Don't do that. They always try, if it was still, bitch, I don't want to hear nothing about if it's no still standing. See, this show you who had the greater technology. This shows you who had the greater tech. Why would the fuck you even listen here? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna prove this to you. If it was no books, if it was no motherfucking computer or nothing on this planet, and man just somebody took him to each part of the planet so he could see what he had to learn it from being there, and and people took him to, don't take him just take him to the major epicenters that then been all over the world. Egypt, Angkor Wat, India. You take them there. Greece. You ain't no reading. You gonna have to go and see these places. If a man go to Greece, if he go to Rome, if a motherfucker go to Mexico to see the old Mex, if he go to India to see they shit, if they go to Angkor Wat in Cambodia, wherever they go, when they come to Egypt, they gonna say, God damn. That's the first thing they gonna say. Man, God damn. Nigga, you looking at this, man, I don't know how they did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else shit, I know how you did it, nigga. You stacked some stone on a dirt mound. I know how you did that. But this right here is solid granite. Nigga, ain't no mound under this. And it's self-standing. It's 43 stories in the air. Each block weigh at a minimum of 15 fucking tons. You got some blocks that weigh almost 100 tons, and these motherfuckers is at the top. Okay? All right? At the top. So don't come show me no motherfucking mud mound talking about this. No, nigga, no. We got to go for the highest standard. You cannot take a mud mound. Nigga, that's when the technology was at its lowest level. Nigga, we done went to space with this shit. Not only have we achieved, we didn't align our architecture to the stars, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? We doing this on an cosmological science level, nigga. You know what I'm saying? With, interdimension sciences when we dealing with this structure. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't just just a building. Yes, it is other sciences, many other sciences it took to be and align. It's aligned on the planet and it's aligned in the stars. So nobody else on this planet took their civilization to that level. So in reality, let me run this shit to y'all. All arts and sciences that's on the planet today were at their height, all of them at one time in Egypt. Not one other science that's on this fucking planet has ever reached the level of the attainment of the ancient Egyptians. No other civilization. So whether it's medicine, whether it's astronomy, whether it's cosmology, whether it's spirituality, you see, in Egypt, all them sciences was at their height at one time. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want y'all to just think these niggas building and that's all that they doing. Nigga, we taking cosmology to a whole nother level. We the ones that charted the stars. When you look at Africa, Africa got so much land in the southern hemisphere and so much land in the northern hemisphere. So they was able to chart both hemispheres. Okay? The Indian can't do that. See? He can't do, the Greek can't do that. They in the northern hemisphere. But the Africa, you got Africans in the south, you got Africans in the north. We the only people that didn't chart with that had charted both hemispheres of the stars. Come on, nigga. You can't see the southern hemisphere in the north. Shit, they had never seen none of them stars. Them goddamn beasts had never seen them constellations in their life. So how in the hell you gonna map the universe, nigga, the cosmos, nigga, and you missing half? How the fuck you gonna know, nigga? And you missing half. And then you so far north, nigga, you not seeing all of that. You see what I'm saying? So it was Africans that you see as they moved across the globe, mapping the globe. See, they using longitude and latitude too. They had mapping systems. Nigga, how you think if a ship need a map today, a motherfucking ship needed a map yesterday? Nigga, you're not going across these goddamn oceans for all these thousands of years and they ain't got this shit mapped out. So they had the maps, but they also had the astrological maps. So they had two maps working at one time. You see what I'm saying? So if the map say this is where we at, and the star also is an indicator of where we at, we here. Shit, what the fuck, nigga? Get off the boat. We here. You see what I'm saying? So the mapping, see, when you come into geography, geology, topography, it won't be long that you go into cosmology and astronomy. You're going to go into astronomy automatically. You see what I'm saying? So all of these sciences is interchangeable and most definitely needed. Okay? Oldest royal burials in ancient Egypt. Oldest royal burials. How the fuck y'all niggas is you got all these people, these motherfuckers is God's chosen people. Well, he should have chose y'all motherfuckers to have some knowledge, to leave better royal burials. You see what I'm saying? So no other country put its kings and its queens and its royals down in such a fashion. That's just bottom line. You see what I'm saying? Where you go in the Bible and the motherfucker say, well, we got where the tomb of Abraham? Where the tomb of Jacob? Y'all niggas over here talking all this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And y'all motherfuckers doing, and you say you built the pyramids, and y'all niggas didn't build one adequate tomb for not one prophet or king of ancient Israel. How the fuck did you build the pyramids and go there and not build one substantial monument? It just fucks me up when you think about that. You see what I'm saying? Y'all want to try to steal the knowledge from Africa, but you never built one in your homeland. See, when you listen to me, I'm gonna tell y'all about a nigga. Let me tell y'all about a nigga today. Let me tell y'all about a nigga. All right? So you know. When people try to steal our pyramids, that really make me upset. You see what I'm saying? Now let me tell y'all something. When it comes to a man's treasure, he gonna keep that shit close to it. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers not gonna leave their jewels and their gems and their wealth far away from them. So if something try happen to it, they can't get to it quick enough. So when you see a motherfucker treasure chest and you see all them damn jewels in that treasure chest, he keep that motherfucker close to him. He don't have his treasure far away from him. What are you trying to say, Seti? Nations, when they build their greatest monuments, they always build them at home. Okay? And I'm going to prove it to you. You don't never go build your greatest monuments in another man's land. You never do that. I've never seen that in my life. Now, let me prove it. Let's go to China. What's the greatest monument in China? Huh? What's the greatest monument of the Chinese people? The Great Wall of China. Okay. Well, it's in China. It's not in Australia. Huh? It ain't in Iowa. Huh? It ain't down in motherfucking Brazil. It's in China. So the greatest monument of Chinese people is in China. You know, you always build your greatest in your own homeland. Let me keep proving it to you. Now, we talking about iconic structures. France. What's the greatest monument of France? The Eiffel Tower. Okay? Where it's at? It's in Paris. It's not in Britain. It's not in Germany. It's not in Romania. It ain't down in South Africa or nothing. It's in France. It's in Paris, France. When you think of the icons, the greatest monuments of a people, you see what I'm saying? If you go to Britain, it's Big Ben. It's Big Ben, whatever their icon is. You go to Rome today, the icons of Rome, the Colosseum, the Leaning Tower is in Rome. You see what I'm saying? Those are their greatest mind. You never go build your greatest. So for anybody to claim they built the pyramid, then you claiming to have built the greatest fucking structure on the planet, which would have took hundreds of thousands of years at the least. So you got to show me some form of development to lead to that. You see what I'm saying? And the question's going to become, why would you build that great in another man's land and don't build that great at home? You don't take none of the knowledge back? Come on, man. You mean to tell me you gonna come and build pyramid, white people, whoever? That's a big claim. And the Israelites know they ain't built no motherfucking, because first of all, they don't exist. But the people who believe it, they know damn well them people, and then leave nothing. How can you be building the greatest of all monuments of all time, and that knowledge don't carry over. Even if the structures get knocked down on the ground, them people built our people built burials all up under the ground with writing was still on it. So unless you dug, them tombs is gonna stay, they're gonna stay intact for thousands. So even if you had something on the ground and it got knocked down, what about the tombs? Y'all don't have no tombs with none of that regalia. Hebrew is not in the land. Y'all only exist in the book. Y'all don't have no tombs. Y'all don't have no structures that's standing. So that kill. Nobody ever builds their greatest monuments in another people's land. They always gonna build the greatest monuments of their people in their own fucking land. So I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers talking about y'all built pyramids. Bitch, you never built a pyramid. Pyramids only exist in Africa. Okay? When you talking about geometry and you talking about a triangle, even on all sides, and if I'm not mistaken, it's 4 sides. If I'm not mistaken, I guess. I got to brush up. You see? And they come from a square base and they come to a point and make a damn triangle. Okay, even on all sides, coming from a square base, okay, brought up to make a point, a triangle. Okay, so only in Egypt is where you have true pyramids that come to a triangle. I wish y'all, and if it's not a fucking pyramid, a true pyramid based on the geometrical calculations of what a triangle is, okay, quit calling it a pyramid. We need to stop doing that. Y'all niggas ain't got no pyramids. Y'all got step-like pyramids, but them not true pyramids. I won't even say that. It's just it's just a 5-story building. You know what I'm saying? But if we gonna be correct, then it's not a goddamn pyramid. So I'm sick of that. Okay, y'all niggas talking about y'all develop and you never reach the highest point. You never reach the highest point. So even some people say the Mayan period or the Olmecs is older. Damn lie. They wasn't reaching the true pyramid. And they was using, even though they were step pyramids, none of their pyramids could even fuck with Imhotep's pyramid, the step pyramid, letting on the damn pyramids of Giza so the Mayans can get back too. Because I seen all they pyramids when they first found them motherfuckers, they was dilapidated. Nigga, them motherfuckers was dilapidated. Nigga, you could see the mud mound. They fixed that shit up just like that shit over there in Iraq. They fixed that shit up. Welcome to Disneyland, nigga. Welcome to Disneyland. They built that shit. Nigga, that shit ain't real. Egypt is the only place where the monuments is still standing from the original time they was built. I'm sick of you niggas. So we got to get our sciences together. If you ain't coming up out the Nile Valley, you done fucked up. I'm just gonna be real. If you're not African centered and you not Nile Valley oriented, because that's where our people originate and did the greatest, or even though all of Africa is sacred, we got some that just even outshine the others. Okay, and so the Nile Valley clearly was that. And in that, if it's the longest lasting, if this is where the sciences were at its height at any time, any other time on the planet, then this is what we should be emulating. We shouldn't be emulating some inferior shit that did not last. God damn, this is a lasting blueprint. They somehow some shit wasn't work right. You got to go back and see where but this is a hell of a system. And even though it can be tweaked for the modern time, it's a natural system based on it. So it can't be too much that needs to be updated because this is natural information. You see what I'm saying? On how we came to this greatness. This is all agricultural, cosmological. You see what I'm saying? But this is the greatest we have ever been. Why would we use the Bible? Hmm? Why would we use the Quran? Why would we use a fake origin and then say everybody can have, everybody can be in the party. Everybody could come to the party. You see what I'm saying? Everybody not on one page, on one accord. Everybody got different world views. And just we gonna come here and smile and shit. This, that, and the third. No, we can't do that. We must separate because it's killing people not to know the goddamn truth. It's killing people not to know the goddamn truth. So we got to get back to the basics. And that's where I'm gonna stay until you niggas get it. And I'm gonna give you all the teachers that y'all need to study so that y'all could get, and then y'all could go where y'all want to go. Y'all can read what y'all want to read. Y'all will have a strong foundation. But too many people are starting off, in other subjects that's not gonna give them. And you got to come to the master teachers. This is correct. This is most definitely correct because we would not be here today if it was not for them great teachers opening up these portals for us to be here. So if y'all don't go back and y'all niggas losing direction. You got to get back on the path. You got to cut that bullshit and get your studies up and get ready to go back home and take some trips back home and feel Africa yourself. And quit, you ain't got to run back. Just go home and see your family. You been home, you been gone from home a long time, my nigga. Get your ass up, get that bread together, and go see your peoples and see how beautiful they are, and that all the lies that you've been told, nigga, that shit gonna dissipate right but in front of your eyes, and the truth gonna rise up. That you got a lot of your people that love you and glad to see you. And so we at least got to meet so we can even talk. How the fuck? So we got to get up or quit spending our money on all this bullshit, on all them goddamn holidays, them holidays. You see, y'all can save that money up and go somewhere. Have you a nice damn time. Say I've been overseas, been to Africa, been to the Holy Land, and be proud that you did it and do it more than once. And then you start building up, your own view of Africa, not what somebody told you. You got to quit listening to a lot because a lot of people are disgruntled. They just hate shit. And if you get the information from them, you're going to get some disgruntled, hateful shit. Sometimes you just got to go see it for yourself and bypass all kind of negative energy. You see what I'm saying? But you just go yourself. Get the shit. If you like, just like they say, if you want to get some shit done right, you got to do it your goddamn self. And so get up off of your ass and go see Africa, man. Don't let nobody take you away from that. You see what I'm saying? I was just talking earlier. And I was just telling, listen to me, family. Listen to me. Where the map at? Fuck it. Hold on. I'll bring this map up. I'll bring this map up. I'll bring something up right quick. Let me bring something up. Let me bring something up. What's up, baby? Keep them niggas off. Delete their ass. Get rid of. That's right. Let me go to something. Hold on, family. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Cause I got a lot of shit. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. All right, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all this. And AYP, check this shit out. But this is a very serious dagger. You know what I'm saying? This is a very serious dagger. And to them niggas who talking about they indigenous over here. Watch me hit y'all niggas in the mouth. Watch me hit y'all niggas in the mouth. Hold on, let me get this on my phone. Where my phone at? See, as you can see, let me go up one so y'all can see. This, let me go up one more. All right. This is the human skin color distribution. All right. This is the skin color distribution. You see higher numbers represent darker skin color. So if you look at on the left at the bottom, you see 30 plus. You see how dark that is. 27 to 29, you see how dark that is. 24 to 26, you see how dark that is. You see what I'm saying? All them goddamn colors is damn near primarily in Africa. You talking about the darkest skin colors, peoples with the largest melanin content are in Africa. You see what I'm saying? And when you look at North America, you see how light it is. It's a little lighter on this one, you know, than it is. I mean, it's a little darker on this one than it is that one. But what it's showing to you, even when you look at Southern America, when you look at Mexico, even when you start going down into South America, none of that landmass has the type of environment and weather pattern and temperature. You see what I'm saying? To create a people as dark as African people. So why do y'all motherfuckers keep talking about we indigenous to North America? That shit is not true. Indigenous mean the origins of your gene. Indigenous means the origins of your gene. And if you look in the one thing about the level of melanin in your skin, you cannot get a dark Ethiopian from a white man. So you can't come from light to dark like that. You can only go from dark to light. So how in the fuck is we indigenous to North America? How, unless you separating yourself from the Africans on, that's what you're going, so you're going to create all type of mythologies where we two different people. But you're not going to be able to prove that African people are indigenous to North America. No different. Really, when you're looking at North America, you damn near looking at Europe on the other side of the goddamn globe. That's all the fuck you looking at. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I know, even though we migrated to all landmass on the planet first, I understands that. But just because you migrate in the land and you first in the land, that don't make you indigenous. Yes, we was first to North America. We was first in South America. We was first in Asia. We was first in Australia and all over the planet. Okay, we was first, but we migrated there. That is not the land of our genes. Okay? It's not the land where our genes develop. Our genes develop in Africa. And that's why we got peoples that's pitch black, woolly head, and that's the fact. And you cannot get that type of people nowhere on this planet other than in the central portion of Africa. east and west, and part of north, part of south, but primarily in the middle heart of Africa is where you find, and they would have had to come first. It couldn't have came backwards. You couldn't have came from a lighter region and get a people that dark genetically. You cannot go from light to dark. You can only go dark to light. So we are not no more indigenous to North America than we are to Europe, basically. We're no more indigenous to fucking North America than we are to Europe. And even when you look at India over there. See, India might make it to the equator. I don't even believe India even make it to the equator, even though it's close, even though it's hot. You see what I'm saying? I believe those islands over there, Indonesia, I think I got to get the other island. You see what I'm saying? I know one of them is Vanuatu. I know one of them is Papua New Guinea. You see what I'm saying? And so even there, see, India is not on the equator. So they don't have that southern astrological knowledge. See what I'm saying? They didn't have that southern astrological knowledge. You see what I'm saying? They don't even go across the equator. So they ain't got the whole where the African, where you got, let me see if I can show that. See here again, showing you how dark Africa is. Let me go straight to it. Let me go straight to it. Damn, I'm showing too much shit. I'm just going through. Where? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. So you see, the tropical zone is between 20, 23.5 degrees north, 23.5 degrees south. So you see, I use 30. You see what I'm saying? But even if you use that, you're going to cut a lot off the top of Asia, and you're going to cut a little bit off the bottom, but primarily the whole of the African continent is in the tropical zone. No other landmass has that much land in the tropical zone. That's facts. You can look at it sitting there because Africa is at the top. It's at the top. And the top is the closest to the sun. And so Africa is the hottest because it's at the top. The equator is at the top. And this is the hardest part of the continent. And that Europe is at the bottom. And it's away from the sun. And that's why it's the coldest, most rugged goddamn land on the planet. So that's why we so dark. That's why we so dark, because we living in the tropical zone. That's very significant. That's very significant. Let me come out of that. Let me come out of that. All right. I'm black. So when you see that color, that kills that. That one fact. That one fact. You can say we was in the land, but you cannot say we indigenous. You cannot say we indigenous to this land. This land's temperament. The weather is not hot enough over here to produce them type of Africans in Kenya. And since you can't go from light to fucking dark, that's genetically impossible. You can only go from dark to light. We could not have originated here. Kill that noise. God damn, man, y'all niggas is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you, you have to get into geography and all, which gonna lead to things of this nature. Cause it leads to the other things. When you start looking, when you start, adding up statistics about geography, and this is one of them. Human skin variation. You see what I'm saying? You got that. You know that now. It shouldn't be hard for people to understand that. So why do y'all niggas see? That's why if y'all gonna allow these niggas to teach chaotic origins, that's what you gonna have is chaotic niggas. You see what I'm saying? We got to get back to civilization. We got to get back to the greatness of our people. And we cannot teach mythology and do that. We got two, and then the killing part about it, you got all of these monuments. You got all of these great kings. You don't even need to make up no history. You don't even need to make up no fake shit because your real shit is like a fantasy to these motherfuckers. You don't even have to make nothing up. We got great kings that then build great monuments. We do not have to create like the white people and the other peoples have to create fake characters and fake heroes when we got all of these real African kings and queens, empresses. I must state that. Empresses. Where a lot of people don't speak up on that. That these is empresses of ancient Egypt because they were queens of Egypt, but at a time where Egypt had control over colonies in Europe and in Asia, which makes her more than a queen, but an empress. Okay? Don't want to tell the truth because no white man ever controlled that much land mass as these black goddesses. Okay? And when I say goddess, I'm not saying it casually. Queen T has Empress T, Empress Hatshepsut. These women were worshipped as goddesses on the earth, deities, while they lived. Okay? I want y'all to understand that. They worshiped them as deities, while they live. Okay? And so this is what we talking about when we talking about that. Ain't we getting down to the facts? Our shit ain't up under the water. It's right here on the land. You see what I'm saying? We not scuffling for the facts. We have the facts right here. You see, so when we discussing what blueprint is we gonna use to uplift our people, I know no better blueprint than the Nile Valley culture. What laid civilization down for the first time in history with writing, with paper. That's Egypt. That's Egypt. See? That's Egypt. You see, I don't want to hear nobody else. Not the Mayan, not the Indian, not the Chinese, not the Greek. Egypt created paper, ink, writing. And you didn't have no alphabet. The Egyptian gave you the alphabet. Because if you didn't have no paper, why would the fuck you create a language and you ain't got shit to write it on? So the paper come first. So you did not have no alphabet, bitch, to your contact with Egypt. Then when a nigga gave you some paper, then you start, oh man, all right, let me work with this. How the fuck you gonna have an alphabet and you can't develop by writing? See? Fuck that. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me today. Talk to me today. I spilled a little word. Talk to me today. Talk to me today. How the fuck is you gonna have an alphabet? See, that's how I know what the Africans gave niggas. See, the thing is, I don't give a fuck about what's in the book. The mechanism of the book is greater than the shit that's written in it. You see what I'm saying? That's the greatest invention of all history was writing. Period. I don't want to talk about what's on it. Bitch, I want to talk about the mechanism of the book itself is greater than what's written on it. See what I'm saying? This is what took man into The heights that he's at. Paper. All these formulas, nigga, you developing, you writing it down, you storing it, you filing it. You see, you can develop on paper. You can mess up and start over. You can't do that in stone. You can't do that on no clay cookies like they had in Samaria. You can't do that on no goat skins. And you got to have ink. You got to have paper. And paper come from papyrus. Papyrus is an indigenous African plant. You did not have no paper in ink or an alphabet until your contact with Egypt. It's impossible for you to have, and that's why you can go to all cultures on the planet. This is another standout about Egypt. How many papyruses, scrolls that were found? They done found over 1 million. They got one goddamn papyrus museum. I think the shit is in Berlin. Over there, Austria. I think it might be Austria. And they got what they call the Papyrus Museum. You can look it up. They got over close to 200,000 in that one. They not all ancient Nile Valley. Some is still from Africa. They up out of that Nubian Christian era, whatever. But you know, they have a large amount of scrolls in that collection alone. You see what I'm saying? So we talking about writing. So no Greek. I don't want to hear nothing about the Greeks. There is no other country that got a large treasure chest. Not just a large. They don't even have one. They don't have one. You have no great manuscript of Greek origin from the ancient world. Facts. Facts. Shut that shit up. Shut it up. We got millions of scrolls. And y'all motherfuckers cannot even show us one. I don't even understand how y'all think motherfuckers is in the game. Y'all niggas really ain't even in the game. The Nile Valley rule, nigga, flat out. That's how it roll, nigga. Once people gain the power, or they didn't gain the greatest knowledge on the earth, everybody else was trained from the Nile Valley. They just minute in comparison. You can't go to Hinduism and think you getting ancient Egypt. That ain't gonna happen. You got to go to the source and get it straight from the Nile, and then you could command all fucking sciences on the planet. You will see where they borrowed from you. And I could show you that all over the planet Earth. All over the planet Earth. Okay, where we at? We at 1:30. I ain't gonna go too much long because I know y'all got to get up and go to work for the white man. Hopefully you don't. But if you do, I know you still fighting in your heart, and I love you. And I thank you for being up this late to come and check the fucking general while I drop this motherfucking science on you niggas' heads. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more. Can I do 2 more? I'm gonna do 2 more. Okay. Which one I want to do? I want to do that. The oldest king's list on the planet Earth of ancient origins. See, you got that king's list. This is what you got. And and listen to me. Nigga, this should move your spirit to know this information that I'm telling you. Nigga, that these is your ancestors that put these monuments and put this culture down in Africa hundreds of thousands, if not million years ago, and you the direct descendant of that history and heritage today. Okay? Goddamn it, you can't come from nothing that great and crawl on your motherfucking knees to a motherfucking beast, my nigga. You got to rise up to the level of your godness, nigga, of your deity, and do this shit. This your planet, my brother. This is your shit. Now you can sit back and ride the back of the bus if you want to, nigga. This your shit. and you should be driving this ship. You should be guiding this ship to where it need to go. It is your divinity, is your destiny to do this. Just like that damn sun rise every day on a cycle. It is your destiny to run this planet and lead our people into greatness. That's it. Ain't no they say, it's they turn, bitch. It ain't no turn. It's our responsibility to run this. Because we the only one that could do it without killing everybody on it and have done it for hundreds of thousands of years, proving that we built civilizations on knowledge alone, spirituality, not for to have the up on another nigga and to destroy, because we have so much knowledge to give amongst one another. We didn't have to take from nobody. We was given paradise. Africa is paradise. So in that, when you given everything from the start, then you develop inside. But if you hungry all the motherfucking time, you're not talking about no geometry and no motherfucking trigonometry or none of that. Your ass out there in that motherfucking desert, nigga, trying to get to the next water hole. You're not out, you ain't in the cold, nigga, talking about no motherfucking calculus, no goddamn uh, engineering pyramid. Bitch, you trying to keep a bare skin on your motherfucking back so you don't freeze. Okay? So I already know. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand that we are the gods of this planet. And when I say that we are, when I seen Egypt, I knew that we had reached the level of gods. Many times you read and hear shit, you might think that it's just, and how people embellish. They embellished and we God. No, we are gods and goddesses on this planet. When you see what they put in Africa, from Egypt to Sudan, you ain't guessing. We are deities on this planet. And we can't live no other blueprint. That shit over with. If we not living that true blueprint, where we living like we was in Africa, and we got to go back. Home court advantage, my nigga. If a fish come out of water, he's in disadvantage. You got to go back to your homeland. You got to go back to the home of your genes, where you're in, so they can, manifest in their most powerful form. You understand? Spark them genes. But you got to be in the environment of your gene code, nigga, to really spark them genes, even to get your melanin popping. You got to go in the sun. But with all of the vegetation and water and sunlight in Africa, that's home court advantage. And nowhere else on the planet have we ever achieved to the level as we have there in our homeland, the land of our gene. That's home court advantage, and we always gonna do better at the crib than we gonna do anywhere else and anything else on the planet. Got an ecosystem. God damn it, you take that damn thing out of its ecosystem, you take it out of its terrain, that is natural habitat, it's gonna be at a disadvantage. Period. Get back to your African studies, get back to your Nile Valley studies. Shade, we gonna get into the mysteries, but we gotta get the foundation first. And then when you get that foundation, when we go into these mysteries, you're going to see them in a whole new light. They're going to really owe you. You're going to see the information talking to you then. But until you get the basic foundation of what you need to get, any and everybody, every little nigga could come along and say some shit and you will fall for it. Okay? You got to stop that. You're doing yourself a disservice by believing this shit without checking and not starting. Listen, and I'm about to end. Let me tell you something. In order to be the best, not only you ain't got to beat the best, you have to study the best. Because we're not talking about beating nobody. You see what I'm saying? So in order for me to get where I'm at, I studied the best teach. I didn't just pick up any fucking book. I'm so glad I had elders that told me what books to read first. So I bypass all that bullshit. So I studied the best. And I didn't study no one man. I studied, many great African historians over the last 30 years. And it's many of them. You see what I'm saying? It's many of them. So if you want to be the best, you have to study the best. Get back to the master teachers. You understand? I'll be coming out with a book list real soon. You feel me? Of 200 books that you need to be getting on top of making it pop. Because it's not just about reading, it's about doing. So that's right. The General, Inglewood is coming up real soon. June 23rd. I'm coming with that flamethrower. I'm hyped. I'm better than I ever been. I'm gonna hit the spirit. I'm gonna hit the mind. You're gonna come up out of General Seti's an elevated African. You're not gonna leave up out of my shit and be the same African you was when you came in the door. I guarantee you going up out of there with that mental, spiritual artillery, and you're gonna be ready to hit these goddamn streets and make it pop for your people. Because we all know what this shit is about. And so it's going to be a few of us that stand on the front line and do when everybody is full, we pillars in this bitch. You see what I'm saying? We standing strong for the people. Okay? So Inglewood, tell everybody, Compton, Long Beach, my family out there that I know y'all in a different area, but come on out and fuck with your brother. You know what I'm saying? Come on down there to Inglewood, cause I'm coming up back up to, up to Compton, back up to Inglewood. Y'all come on down and build. All my family in Pasadena, all in South Central. I want y'all niggas in the house. The General is back in Cali. And I want my motherfucking soldiers on the front line. Nigga, show me that this shit is real in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Don't play no motherfucking games with me. No, and don't play no games with this motherfucking culture, nigga. It's time for niggas to get back on their motherfucking grind and back on their mind. Get your ass on the front line and quit playing games with this shit. This shit real, nigga. And our ancestors did not die for y'all niggas to be scooting and pooting right here today. If you know it's the truth, then you should support any and everything that black people is doing for positive results in the community. I want to hear that fake shit, nigga. And then anytime a shooting go down or any old robbery or whatever, some silly shit y'all niggas can indulge in, taking pictures of people fighting and all of that shit. And then when it's time to make the change, y'all don't talk it, walk it, nigga. Don't talk that shit, walk that shit. Get your ass out here, support black businesses, support black people doing anything positive. Give them that momentum and give them that energy. All right, family. This is the General. I'm going out. This is the General Sarasu. Wait a minute. Let me go back to my chat. Y'all still in there? Y'all still in there? What's going on? What's going on out there? Dude, I hope y'all taking y'all notes. Cause I'm about to take y'all ass up. Ain't gonna be no just you motherfuckers on here doing, no, y'all motherfuckers gonna answer questions on this bitch. I gotta know y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? I got to know we getting some goddamn way before I go to the next motherfucking level. Y'all good out there? All right, I'm building my energy up to trying to stay current on this damn YouTube. I'm doing better. So, I'm going to get my momentum real soon where I'm popping every other day. You know what I'm saying? You know how I do. They took my last page down and I think I took a break. But now that my new page is up, I'm going to really be moving. All right, and y'all know me and Pharaoh. I did try to have creatures from the caucus, and they really not letting me put that damn lecture up on the internet right now. I got to work some shit where I could get it up there. You know, they trying to block me everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know I'm teaching the truth. You could, if you want to donate to the general, you know what I'm saying? You could just put it right in my PayPal. You know what I'm saying? General Seti at yahoo.com. You go to PayPal, General Seti at yahoo.com, and you could just drop it right in my PayPal. I don't even want to go through no Peckerwood. You know what I'm saying? Because they always taking any goddamn way. All right, family. I love y'all. Let me get on up out of here. I get black with y'all tomorrow. Again, let me give y'all the address. Inglewood, June 23rd. I'm going to be at, let me go down here. Queens, Party Rental and Hall, 967 North La Brea Avenue. It's in La Brea Plaza. It's going to be from 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. $20 at the door. There is no Eventbrite up for that. Y'all just pay at the door. We got plenty of seats, so show your ass up. We got room for everybody. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Anybody, I got to go check my email. Anybody that want to do vendoring, y'all send a request to generalseti at yahoo.com. Okay? Again, that's 967 North La Brea Avenue, La Brea Plaza. It's Saturday, June 23rd. Queens Party Rental and Hall, 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. $20 at the door. God damn it. It's gonna be the best 20 motherfucking dollars you ever spent in your life. Nigga, cause you're gonna be recharged mentally, spiritually, and physically. Cause you're gonna get up off of your ass and you're gonna get black out here on these streets and you're gonna put some points up on the board for the team. You see what I'm saying? Everybody that's out there, put some points up on the board for the team. Even if don't nobody see you, nigga, shoot the shot and hit it for the team. You know what I'm saying? Get some progress, move forward in your life. A move of progress for one African is a move of progress for all Africans. Get up off of your ass, everybody make a move, and we gonna get this shit popped. You know, it's coming back, family. It's gonna be a great culture to be a part of. Don't ever, ever, ever think about leaving the Black Power community because that would be the worst fucking thing you could do in your life. They just talk you out of your golden goose. All right, this is the General Sarah and Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Ancient African Egyptian power. Boom. Or however the fuck it's supposed to go.